What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Iguanodon Gaming here, and welcome back to another episode of Jurassic World Evolution 3. We are here on the Island Generator, where what we're going to end up doing... Ooh, that's a nice looking island. Maybe cut down the trees or whatever. Yeah, I'm trying to produce the perfect island so we can go ahead and get our sanctuary going. I said I was going to do a sanctuary at some point. That's what we're going to do. You know what? This one's even better. I might use this island. So yeah. I was going to do a spin wheel park. I'm going to take a picture of this real quick. I was going to do a spin wheel park, but then I decided, you know what? I kind of want to just do my own thing for right now. You know, like just create my own ecosystem from scratch with dinosaurs of my liking. And yeah. We can build the sanctuary together as time goes on, and yeah, if you find yourself enjoying this video and want more content like this, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Let's see if we could get this channel to 1,500 subscribers. We are still only 3 subscribers away, so if 3 more people could subscribe, that would be amazing. But yeah, with that, let's confirm. So here's our new island. Looking cool, isn't it? Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. Right now we only have room for one... We can only have one, what's it called? We can only have one arrival point at a time. So what we might do is, like, switch them over. We might switch the hatchery over once we have, like, a section of it done. So, yeah, let me just see what we have here. You know what? I'm not really liking this island. Let me change it up real quick. Yeah, that's way better. We'll just have this, and we can, of course, add trees as time goes on. And, yeah, we can do this. So, let's start, I don't know, maybe over here. Yeah, let's start over here. Let's get an operation center or an arrival center. Okay, we get these huge lag spikes whenever we do this, which is not ideal. Alright, let's get a hatchery going. Unable to connect. Okay, probably because I don't have an account. Yeah, I don't have an account. I'll do that later. I'll do that later. Right now, let's just hatch up some stuff. So, for dinosaurs, I'm gonna go with additional bays and accelerated growth. We're gonna do it where they have a 25% chance of getting certain genes. Now, let's go into herbivores. I want to start with, like, a relatively small herbivore. Let's start with Psittacosaurus. Maybe we'll get some Psittacos going. Let's randomize that. And then when it comes to traits, let's have everything be at 25%. And I'll do this with every single dinosaur. Let's get Psittacosaurus going. We'll have to see what goes on. Let's just do one at a time and see what goes on. Alright, obviously we're going to have to put some water down. And hold on, let me change the settings real quick. There we go. Alright, let's get a herbivore going. So let's get our Psittacos. Alright, so I'm thinking we get 2 males and 4 females. Let's get that going. Alright, let's get them hatched up. We'll see what they need. Ground fruit and ground nut. Alright. Let's get some of that going. We've got water. We should be all set to go. They also need some cover. That's pretty much all they need. So, let's get them some cover. Let's get some, I don't know, some woodland. Let's throw that in. There we go. That should be good. Now, let's hatch up the Psittacosaurs. Oh, that guy was T-posed. There are a couple that are T-posed, actually. Alright, we got our first dinosaur. The Psittacosaurus. Actually, we're going to name one of them Taco. Let's name one of them Taco. We'll name one of them... We'll name one of them Taco, and we'll name one of the females Belle. There we go. We got Taco and Belle, so we'll have Taco Bell. For those of you that love Taco Bell. Alright, let's get a nest going. Yeah, they require a small nest. Alright, cool. Let's get a small nest going, or a couple of them. There we go. That should be good. We've got the Psittacosaurs breeding up. Alright, let's go. Get another herbivore going. What else should we have? I'm thinking maybe 2 more small herbivores. What about Ornithomimus? That could be something new we could have. I think they require medium nests. Alright, let's get all that to 25%. Alright, what do these guys require? Alright, let's do the same thing here. Let's have 2 males and 4 females. What do these guys want? Alright, ground fruit is taken care of. Let's give them some ground leaf. There we go. That should be good. And I think they require medium nests. Let's go. We got our Ornithomimids. Some small herbivores. Alright, so they need some wetland. I can give them some wetland. Give me a second while I get some wetland going. I can just look at their comfort. Alright, that's wetland taken care of. They need a bit more ground leaf. Alright, they should be all set to go. What about the Psittacos? Or just the tacos, whatever you want to call them. Alright, where are they? Oh, no, wrong button. I wanted this. Alright, they just need some ground nut. Alright, let's give them some ground nut. Can't really see them that well, but you know what? They're there. And then maybe get some water maybe over here. I'll get like a patch of water over here. There we go. That should be good. Alright, and I'm guessing the Ornithomimuses require medium-sized nests? They do. Alright, let me go get some medium-sized nests real quick. And then maybe get... Wrong thing. I want this. Maybe get one over here, maybe? And then maybe we'll get, like, one more. You know what? No, that's good. That's good for right now. We got a nest claimed by a Psittacosaurus. Okay, cool, cool. Psittacosaurus 6. You look cool. You could be Polly. Polly, because you kind of remind me of a parrot. Alright. Let's move on to maybe one more small herbivore, then we can move on to something a little bit bigger. Alright. I'm thinking for the herbivore, we could maybe add... What about Protoceratops? We could throw that in. If we want to. You know, no, I'll save that for maybe a future episode. What about Dryosaurus? Why the hell not? What about Dryosaurus? We'll go with that. Alright, Dryosaurus. And then we'll work on, like, medium-sized herbivores. Alright, let's do, yeah, we'll do 2 males... and 4 females. Alright, they need ground fiber. That should be provided, and they already have ground leaf, so we should be all set to go. Let's release our Dryosaurs. There we go. Now we can definitely release some larger herbivores. I'm thinking, like... maybe a hadrosaur of some type, and then maybe a herbivore that can kind of fight back. So here's what I'm thinking. We could have Iguanodon for these guys. No, I don't want that one. I want this. Yeah, Iguanodon, it's not a hadrosaur, it's an iguanodont, but, like, it can definitely fight back. So Iguanodon could be good. Alright, while we wait for the Iguanodons, how are the Dryosaurs doing? Oh, they're perfectly fine. They're perfectly fine. We don't need to do anything with them. Alright, Iguanodons. Let's have... two males and 2 females. Let's go. That's perfect. 2 males, 2 females. What do they need? They do need some pasture, though. They could always just wander over here or something so they can get the pasture that they want. Hold on. Let me give them some pasture anyway. That actually does look nice, though, real talk. Alright. Iguanodon, let's go. Something a little larger. Alright, ground fruit. They're expanding their territory. What do they need for nests? Medium nest. Alright. Might put a medium nest maybe somewhere over here. So they can have, like... maybe get, like, a cave or something. We'll have a nest over here. And then maybe another nest on, like, the other side. At least. What's this kind of nest? Ah, that's a little too industrial. Let's have a nest like... I don't know. Let's just get a regular nest over here. For anyone to claim. Alright. That should be good. We've got iguanodons. We've got other stuff. Now, let's get like an armored herbivore. Something that can defend itself. What about the new Lokiceratops? We'll go with that. So they have a 25% chance of certain traits. And I think unlimited traits is already turned on. You know, just in case it isn't, I'm going to check. That is already enabled. Okay. In Evolution 2, you had to enable it manually. Alright, let's see. Lokiceratops. Alright, let's have these 2 be males and then the other 2 be females. What do they need? Wetland, water, ground fiber. They should be all set to go. Hopefully. And we have a small little ecosystem here. We got some Ornithomimus wandering all the way over here. They just need some ground leaf. Let me give them some ground leaf real quick. There we go. Just so they have food. Okay. So the Lokiceratopses are ready. Let's release them. I figured show off some of the new creatures right off the bat, you know. And then I'm thinking we'll have to move the hatchery over somewhere else. But maybe get a sauropod going. Alright, do you guys need medium nests? Medium nests. Alright, we're all set. Eggs have been found. Ornithomimus. Okay, we got 4 eggs. That's awesome. Okay, I think Lokiceratops might be all set to go here. Got the Dryosaurus, we got the Iguanodons. And I'm thinking maybe we could add something big. Like a Sauropod or something. Of course, an Iguanodon had to wander all the way over here. There's building constraints. Alright, I'm gonna have to get rid of this hatchery. Okay, Iguanodon, can you piss off over there, please? Piss off. I'm trying to build here. I want something a little bit bigger so we can... You know what they should make? Smaller hatcheries. Smaller hatcheries for, like, smaller creatures, you know? And then bigger hatcheries for bigger creatures, you know? Simple as that. Iguanodon, please get out of the way. Oh, an Iguanodon just claimed a nest. That's awesome. I'll just put it over here. It's not going to look even, but you know what? Whatever. Alright, let's get a sauropod going. Alright, what should we get? We could get Diplodocus or Brachiosaurus. I don't think we'll get Brachiosaurus just yet. Apatosaurus? Dreadnoughtus? Mamenchisaurus? We could put the new Patagotitan in. You know what? I might save that for next episode or something. For now... Let's just stick with Diplodocus for now. They're going to come in 2s. Maybe get 4 of them. I might get 4 of them. I don't know. Just to start with. 2 males and 2 females. Alright, Diplodocus. And then get another batch, because they only come in... I did not want Ankylodocus. I wanted Diplodocus. Alright, we can always discard that batch if we wanted to.
Procedure complete. Incubation personnel, please stand by.
And then I'm thinking next episode, we could go ahead and maybe get, what's it called? Some carnivores going. Alright, let's hatch up the Diplodocus. We got movement in the nest. Hold on, let me save the game. Yeah, I was going to do a sanctuary before. That was like the spin wheel park. I figured I'd save it just in case the game crashed. Alright, we've got baby Psittacosaurs. I think we got 3 of them. Yeah, we got 3 of them. Oh, they're so adorable. Look at them yawn or stretch. And we got Ornithomimus. Let's go. We got 4 of them. Look at that. That's awesome. Also, if you have any name suggestions for some dinosaurs, you can let me know down below. Alright. Are any of you male? There is a male right here. I'm going to name you Penguin. You could be Penguin. I don't know why. I just like the name Penguin. Alright, let's release the Diplodocus. Hold on. What do they want? I know they want, like, tall... They want tall fruit. That should be provided for them. Because some of the ground fruit comes with tall fruit. Let's release Diplodocus. So we have something large here. And they're probably going to want large nests, I would imagine. So we got some Iguanodons coming in. We've got some Ornithomimus, some Psittacosaurus. Alright, that's the first 2 Diplos, and we can start releasing the second 2 as time goes on. They probably require a larger nest. I figured. Okay. Let's go ahead and maybe get a large nest going. Luckily, Diplodocus don't really require much, so we could do this easily. We'll get one of these nests, and then we'll get maybe a cave nest. We'll get like a giant cave nest. There we go. That's good. That'd be good for them. Alright. They want some more wetland. Not a problem. There we go. They should be happy now. Alright. So we've got our new dinosaurs here. We're not gonna... Oh. Oh, the Diplodocus are currently being released. I should probably wait for that to be done. We got some movement in the nest. And we got some more Psittacosaurs. We got 5? No, 6 of them this time. That's awesome. Look at them stretch. That's so cute. Look at that. That's awesome. Alright, so we got the Diplodocus. We've got 4 of them. We got Lokiceratops, Iguanodon, Ornithomimus, Dryosaurus. Look at that. That's filling up quite nicely, and we'll have more sections here. We'll maybe add a section like over here, a section over here. I'm thinking this section will be where we release our first carnivore. The carnivore might have to trek a little to try and get to the food, but apart from that, it'll be fine. We got a nest from Ornithomimus. Okay. More Ornithomimuses. Moving in the nest. Okay. What do we got? Iguanodons. 4 of them. Look at that. Oh my god, they're so cute. So cute. Look at that. Adorable. Alright, hold on. Iguanodon 1 is the father. Where's Iguanodon 1? Where's Iguanodon? There it is. There he is. I'm just going to name you Aladar. You can be Aladar. What are your traits, just out of curiosity? Tolerant, social, fertile, okay. And skittish. I think it's Iguanodon 3, I think. Yep, Iguanodon 3. We're going to name you Nera. It only makes sense. Nera. And if one of you can be a male, Alright, all 4 of you are female. We got a nest claimed by Belle. Belle just claimed a nest. Okay, cool. One of the named Psittacosaurs. This Diplo right here. I'm just gonna name you Arthur. Arthur, because why not? Arthur the Diplodocus. And there's another male here. I might name you Dippy. We have to have a Dippy. Dippy the Diplodocus. Alright. Again, if you have any name suggestions, let me know in the comments down below. Alright, so I'm thinking about releasing our first carnivore here. Nest claimed by Ornithomimus. Okay, cool. Additional bays, accelerated growth. That'll be like next episode, though. Next episode. I kind of want to see if the Diplodocus will start breeding. Just a peaceful little, sanctuary. You know what? Maybe I might add a couple more herbivores, like, in another area. Start another area filled with herbivores. And then work on the carnivores after that. Yeah, we could start doing that. Let's just get rid of this for now. Get rid of that for now. Alright. We're just going to wait and see what goes on here. We've got baby iguanodons, or juvenile iguanodons, I should say. We've got eggs found. This is from Psittacosaurus. We've got 3 of them. Movement in the nest. More Ornithomimus. Let's go. Look at that. That's awesome. This male here. Let's name you... You kind of got purple. Let's just name you Thanos. We'll just name you Thanos. You have a lot of offspring. Cool. Well, I think one of the Diplodocus is about to claim the nest. She was walking towards the nest, which is awesome. We got another nest for Diplodocus that maybe could hatch eggs and whatever. Alright, I wonder, who's going to become a father first? Dippy or Arthur? I don't know where Arthur is. No, Arthur's over there. He's just grazing. He's happy here. I know he is. That's awesome. How are the Lokiceratops doing? They're doing good. Look at them. Alright, we got eggs found from... Oh, we do have Diplo eggs. Awesome. We got 1. Okay. Alright, Diplo 4 is the mother. Who's the father? Dippy. Dippy's the father. Let's go. So Dippy's about to be a parent. Awesome. Oh, that is awesome. How long is that going to take? 6 minutes. Alright, we'll wait for the first Diplo egg to hatch up. I don't think we have any Lokiceratops. We should have more room for, like, a medium nest anyway. So maybe the Lokiceratops could... Alright, nest claimed by Diplo 1. And is Dippy the father? Dippy's pretty close. I think Dippy might be the father here. Alright, we got an Iguanodon kind of just chilling over here. You don't have any offspring. You know what? We'll add another nest. Look at the juvenile Iguanodon. That is so cute. And awesome. Alright. Meanwhile, Arthur's just living his best life. Walking around in the trees. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm just waiting for this Diplodocus egg to hatch. And then we'll, end the episode off there. In the meantime... We got a nest claimed by one of the Iguanodons. Iguanodon 2. Okay, cool. That's more Ornithomimus. Okay. There's going to be so many Ornithomimus. That's awesome. We got eggs found. How many in here? 3. We're going to have 3 Diplos in here. Alright, we've got Aladar wandering over here. Fast asleep. What are you doing wandering all the way over here? Alright, let's get some wetland anyway. Make sure you're content. We got some wetland. There we go. You're all good. This is looking cool. We got some Iguanodons wandering over here. Iguanodon 2. I wonder who's the father. I think you're about to lay some eggs. Moving to nest. There we go. Look at that. Got 3. Who's the father? Iguanodon 4. Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna name you Kron. We got a nest claimed by a Lokiceratops. Okay, cool. We got Lokiceratops coming in. Nice. Alright, this nest hasn't been claimed. I'm guessing it's another nest. Let me see if I can move this. Up, we got movement in nest. Get that a little closer. There we go, so somebody can claim the nest. We got more Psittacosaurs. Awesome. Look at that. Ooh, that green one is kind of nice looking. I think I have the perfect name for you. You looked a lot greener. I'm still gonna give you this name. Spearmint. Like spearmint gum. I do love good spearmint gum. Another movement. Save again, just in case. More Ornithomimus. Alright. We'll add our first carnivore at some point. Next episode we will. Alright. This is awesome. I'm just waiting for the Diplos to hatch up and we'll be all set to go. Anyone wandered over here? They're all staying in this area except for these 2 Iguanodons. They've kind of wandered all the way over here. We got Nera and we've got Iguanodon 2. Alright, the Diplodocus are ready. Look at that. Dippy. Dippy Jr. Awesome. That's what we gotta name him, Dippy Jr. If it's a male, we'll call him Dippy Jr. If it's a female, we'll call him something else. We got a Dryosaurus that just claimed a nest. Okay. Look at that. It is a female, so, How about Delilah? We'll name you Delilah. And we got the other 3 Diplos. Wait, is Dippy the father of these 3 as well? Look at that. Adorable. Look at him rear up. That's awesome. So awesome. Alright. Wait, who's the father? Arthur's the father. Okay, these are Arthur's kids. We got 1 male. You can be Arthur Jr. Arthur Jr. Alright. So 2 males and a female. You know what? We can name you Dexter. You can be Dexter. Dexter the Diplo. Alright. And you know what? I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode of The Sanctuary. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Join me again next time where we'll add our first carnivore and maybe some herbivores over here. But until then, I will see you guys next time.